It's a theme song, sound quality, but I'm gonna keep the same song, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Just how she plays them, and she does that. She does it with the cat. Does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. Hopefully that fixed the audio. Crazy Cat does not own any of these pictures or books or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational purposes, so the people who watch them learn a little bit something when they do it. Hopefully that fixed the audio. Alex only did all those years ago. No, I don't want to do this. Stupid.
I randomly thought I was probably done with this game. Nope, because I have to find what these 4 things are. So right to here. Let's find out what this therapy is first. And like I said, my favorite character in this one is the Mr. Hyde one, Mr. Dr. Drake. So yeah. So let's see this couples therapy is.
Good evening, Samuel. I know you are busy packing to go back home to the United States, but I thought you would enjoy one more therapy opportunity before you leave.
Oh, sure thing, boss. I find this therapy stuff real fulfilling, and I think I'm pretty good at it. No need to disqualify the positive.
You have faced the embodiment of lust, a furious mother, a fallen angel, a vampire from the ancient world, and even a child actor. I would say your pride is well earned.
Well, thank you kindly, Andy. So what do we got tonight? A fascist dictator? A forgotten goddess? The head of the Illuminati?
Nothing so grand, but infinitely more complex. Tonight, you will tend to a couple. When one does not die, relationship problems tend to fester terribly. Most vampire breakups end with a stake in the heart, but perhaps you can prevent this. You can take a look at their intake form.
Okay, this is a pale vampire. It helps them to resolve. Curiously, they both were killed after pollution in their country and have been expressed into different ration of and large age of the pale has been 197 years between them, and since females is not taken to mobile sporting base, suggesting keep information about of the world. So 268 and 71. Oh, they're both males. Okay.
Good looking pair, I'll give them that.
Physical attraction is a quick way to form an intense bond, but reality rears its head quite quickly.
There's a pretty big age difference. It probably causes some problems too.
Sometimes, Crimson and I often do not understand each other's references, but we see them as opportunities to learn. The important thing is to remember that we are all individuals. With this in mind, what do you think is the most common distortion couples face?
It's got to be mind reading. It's the most exciting and the most terrifying thing about being with another person. But we can't ever know their minds for certain.
That's right, Samuel. Time spent together can make a couple believe that they can read each other's minds, but this is the illusion. You may pick some other distortions you think a couple is likely to exhibit.
I think I've got some good ones here.
I am certain they will all manifest themselves, my friend. Good luck tonight. I am eager to see how you work with these two.
All right, I think I'm ready. Here they come. Bonsoir. Salam. Well, howdy. Nice to meet you two fellers. Glad I could squeeze you in. Very kind of you to find time for us. Yes, I want to fix everything. Come on, let's go. Let's get started. I'm ready to do the work. It's good to hear you're rearing to go, partner, but let's think of this less as fixing and more about helping you folks understand yourselves better. Come now, mon amour, you have all the time in the world. I swear, you forget you are dead sometimes. I'm not dead. I'm dead, mon chaton, I know. I'm so sorry, mon ami de Far West. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Antoine Francois Momoro, but call me Momo.
So you're the one that's from the French Revolution.
And I am Reza Bushmanzadeh.
Well, howdy, Momo. Mighty fine meeting you, Mr.
Either way, we're gonna get it wrong and he's gonna get mad.
Bushman side. Ooh, like the Marquis de Sade.
Not like the Marquis de Sade.
I was joking. You're so sensitive. I know you are a good boy. It's Bushman Sade. It's really a beautiful language. Bushman Sade.
That's better.
So, what's bringing you two to my window? I simply asked Reza for a little more living space. I asked him to move to the other side of my castle, and this made him quite upset. You got a castle? Do you not have a castle?
No.
I know we vampires can get the castle mania, but I'm not sure why I need one myself.
Oh my god, Castlevania. That's a video game.
So you could banish your boyfriend to the other side of it, of course.
It's the other side of the castle. You can walk, can't you?
He wishes it were a bigger castle so I could be farther away.
Now, hold your horses there. I'm sensing some feelings here. I know once we get them emotions up, we're shooting cognitive distortions all over the place. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't come out of the gate and use terms like cognitive distortions. That's all right. I know them already.
I know them too.
Oh, shucks, that just makes this a whole lot easier. Now, Rizzo, what'd you say about Momo wanting a bigger castle?
He wants a bigger castle so he can banish me further. How does Rizzo know that his partner wants more distant? He wants a bigger castle so he can...
Rizzo, how do you know Momo here wants you even farther away? Did he tell you that?
Yes, he told me by banishing me.
Well, why don't we let Momo here speak for himself and see if he thinks that? I don't want you farther away, Reza. I just need more time to myself. Momo's saying he wants space, not to banish you, Reza. You might have been reading his mind, son.
I'm just angry. I get worked up when I know he doesn't respect me.
Let's slow down, Reza. I'm glad you said you were angry. I know when I'm hopping mad, things can seem pretty dire. The doctor I know once told me that's straight up chemical and normal for any animal. Once we cool down, though, we don't need to see things the same way. Let's see if we can separate truth from feeling. So, why are you saying Momo doesn't respect you?
He talks to me like I'm a child. All the time he tells me how innocent I am and how I'll cool down when I'm older.
Age can be a touchy subject among us undead folks. How old are you, Reza?
I'm 71 years old. I'm not in bad shape.
But you are a baby, mon chaton. So am I. And you, cowboy, I'd say you are a bit younger than I am. Oh, yep, born 1801. So you see, we are all babies. Let us cry together.
You see what I have to deal with?
Momo, it seems as if Reza doesn't like being called a baby. He should not be so sensitive. Being called a baby wouldn't bother me. Whether you're bothered or not, calling people names ain't exactly kind to me, though. You are so, how does the motto say, woke, is it? Labels are just efficient ways of describing things.
No, don't dare bring that word up.
And if that way of describing things causes hurt feelings, bad expectations, and not much else, is the efficiency worth it? The young ones are so sensitive these days. Hombre, if woke means seeing reality for what it is, then that's our job here. So, Momo, what triggered this desire for more space? Nothing to do with Reza. I simply accept that the era of feudalism has ended. First of all, we must examine this notion that a couple must live together. Under the feudal system, of course, it makes sense. The family must tend to the land and hearth and ensure the lord gets his due. But couples live together out of necessity, well? It is no longer the 18th century. We are allowed the leisure and peace that the aristocracy has always enjoyed. And that includes peace from one another, n'est-ce pas? You think you deserve what the aristocracy has because you are an aristocrat now. You're not a common man. Reza, you're labeling Momo here by calling him an aristocrat. If you give him a label like that, you're going to see him as an aristocrat. Do you hear him? He talks about freedom as though everyone is free. His battles are all over. Reza, mon cœur de ténèbres. What you do not understand yet is that the battle between the classes will never be over. My recognition of this does not make me an aristocrat, but a realist. I'm sensing there's some deeper conflict here. Only the oldest conflict, mon ami. I am afraid my dear boy Reza has taken my words a little too seriously. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. I wrote these words as a mortal, believing that we could wipe away the class system entirely, and that all humankind could respect one another. And then you gave up. The French Revolution accomplished nothing. I plan to accomplish something in my country.
Nope, it really didn't counter anything, because what'd you guys get out of it? A dictator that tried to take over your guys' country. Small one, but still trying to take over your guys' country.
Well, say, I ain't that educated a man myself, but I know a revolution ain't ever a minor business. Even if the French Revolution didn't achieve everything its people wanted, you can't say it did nothing at all. You might even be diminishing the sacrifices of the people who fought and died. Clearly, Reza thinks that it is nothing, that they cut off my fucking head.
Are you one of the kings? You're not one of the Louis or his wife. Come on.
They killed me too. You don't see me giving up. Because you haven't figured it out yet. The only way you will finish your revolution is if you kill every aristocrat, their children and their children's children. And it is not enough to kill all the aristocrats. You have to kill even the memory of aristocracy. And that you cannot do. That's where you're wrong. You're such a child. And you are such a sellout. Ooh, tempers are running high here. Let's take a breather. If you keep branding each other with them nasty names, you ain't gonna have much in the way of fruitful conversations. Reza's 74 years old. He ain't an actual kid. Momo died for his cause. Sellout ain't the first word I'm thinking of. Now, you two came here for a reason, and I hope it's to get on the same page. Now, I'm starting to wonder if you two are even dead. Your blood is so hot. I sure as shit hope there's something you appreciate about each other. Of course there is. I adore Reza. And I love Momo. I want things to be the way they used to be. Well, Momo, why don't you start? Tell me what drew you to Reza. Well, first of all, look at him. I am too old to deny that physical attractiveness is part of his appeal. His Persian disco music clothing tastes are unfortunate, but it is exciting to see a little displayed masculinity. But beyond that, he is so passionate. His blood is cold, but he's on fire inside. He reminds me of myself in my youth. He sees a new reality, and he wishes to bring it into existence through sheer force of will. He is inspiring. Well, that's beautiful, Momo. Well, it's easy to fall for someone who fights for the impossible. But what about you, Reza? What drew you to Momo?
I was obsessed with Momo before I even knew him. I read about Antoine Francois Momo back in university. Through his published works, he was my teacher. We could not have started our revolution without studying him. He knew how to unite the classes against their oppressors. That is genius.
Well, I'm glad to hear all these positives. Oh, Reza, Momo said you were inspiring. Sounds to me like he does respect you.
Fine, maybe he does respect me. But it's clearly my fault he doesn't want me around.
Look, you are making this all about you. Now, if Momo wants some space, that's up to Momo. Momo's got his own needs. It might not have much to do with you.
But we were fine before. Why am I not good enough for him now?
Hombre, you gotta hear me. It ain't always about you. You could be the sexiest vampire on this earth. And even then, you couldn't expect to be wanted all the time.
Yeah, I don't always want Damien.
Mon chaton, you are being dramatic. Why are you afraid of a little space?
You won't be interested in me anymore. You just want me farther and farther away, and eventually you'll want me gone.
Padre, you are jumping straight to the worst possible ending here. Has Momo suggested that he's done with you? There are always going to be question marks in a relationship. You don't know where this thing's going to go. But you're filling in the blanks with doom and gloom.
What I do know is that Momo always used to be happy to be around me, and now he's not.
Reza, I love you. What is that phrase you taught me? Cigaretto Pokaram. Oh, what's that mean? It means I want to eat his liver.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought the cops here were kinky. I don't want to literally eat his liver. It is, how do you say, cute aggression? As in, I find him so irresistible, I wish to eat his liver. It's a lovely sentiment.
No, it's not.
But Reza, Petit Souris, you care so much. But you do not understand. I can care for you, but have my own concerns. I do not wish to be with you all the time, and you cannot force me to. Just as you cannot force your people to revolt. These are inevitabilities you must accept. All the time, and you cannot force me to. Momo, you said yourself that the thing that drew you to Reza here was his passion. Don't go shutting him down by telling him he can't have an effect on anything. He can't take control of history, but he can make a difference, just like you did. Perhaps I misspoke. That was not my intention. Clearly, we have both caused this stir in our own nations. They would not have killed us otherwise. It is simplistic to think revolution is ever truly complete. Look at the world itself. Revolution. It is literally circular. France is now in its fifth republic. Authoritarianism rises, then the people get their turn. Authoritarianism rises once more, and the people rise again.
You once believed in progress for all.
Dear Reza thinks too highly of me. I coined this phrase in error. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. Liberty, equality, and brotherhood. Liberté and égalité can be achieved by the gun and the bayonet. But achieving fraternity, c'est impossible, because the upper classes cannot relate to those they hold dominion over. So the revolution, the cycle of war, shall never end. Equality can be achieved by the gun. I think I want to challenge you there, Momo.
What's those words for? I do not speak French, okay? You speak English. I know you're French, but come on.
Oh, this should be good. Well, there is something exceptional about us vampires. We don't die.
Unless you put a stake in our heart.
My mentor, Andy, he's older than feudalism. We wouldn't recognize people from his time, and I reckon folks 2,000 years from now won't recognize us. If Riz is patient, heck, maybe he'll see the kind of future he wants to see. I was not expecting this argument. Yes, I concede. Perhaps in 2,000 years, or maybe 10,000, class will achieve some sort of irrelevancy on a new planet. But such a distant future is hardly worth thinking about. I refuse to believe that we die for nothing. Momo can wait forever for things to get better, but that is disrespectful to our comrades. Do you know that in my country it is illegal to be gay? That we have a morality police that forces people to act and dress as they dictate? It is not fair for future generations to have freedom when this generation must suffer. I died to make a difference. Both of you are trying to tell me that I fought and died for nothing. We are doing nothing like that. You see threats everywhere, mon petit chaton. Does your mind never know peace? And you don't worry enough. You think I'm just an irrational child. You think my ideas are pointless. Both of you are going right back to the mind reading again. Look, we gotta sort out where the truth is here, and something tells me we ain't gonna do it while we're all here in the same room. I'd like to talk to you two by your lonesome, so I know where you both are coming from. Does that sound good? I don't want to stretch this out forever. Professor, you forget we are dead. Have patience. Cowboy, I think this is an excellent idea. Well, why don't we start with you then? You can come visit next week, and then I can talk to Reza the week after. The same time work for you? Yes, I am not busy. All right. Now, Reza, you can hold on, right? I hope you two can schedule a nice date one of these evenings. If Momo wants one. Of course I want one, petit chouchou. We'll discuss it when we get home to our castle. Merci beaucoup, thérapeute. À la semaine prochaine. Fascinating to observe, my friend. You have a keen sense of when to
Shoot his hand, though.
and when
Yeah.
to let someone speak. Heck, they showed me when to cut in pretty quickly. Them two are real good at getting on each other's nerves. Long-term relationships are difficult for the undead. If you think the 7-year itch is bad, imagine a 700-year itch. Have you been in a relationship that long, Chief? No, my longest was about 400 years. We were more than ready to kill each other, and indeed that is exactly what happened. In retrospect, he wasn't that bad. I simply could not stand his constant hissing at me. But I am optimistic that you can prevent these two from suffering a similar fate. I hope so. Them two are exhausting already. Why not go for a walk? It is a fine night out. I believe the mortals of the city are engaged in some sort of celebration. Perhaps you can see what has them so excited. Well, that's a fine idea, Andy. You have a good night. Oh, I plan on it. I must appreciate Crimson's fine ass as much as I can before she leaves for the United States.
Oh my god.
No details needed. I'll get walking. Rest in peace, my friend. Sure is a fine evening. Mortals seem to be riled up about something. I can hear a lot of noise out there. Oh, hey, Bert. You know what's going on out there?
What the hell are you wearing?
Oh, really? Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. Oh, I see. Well, let me get this straight. A little vampire's falling down the well. Well, let's go get him. Oh, I must not have heard you right. Oh, what's this? Back festival? People are really into back here. I never went in for that classical stuff.
What the heck?
It's too many notes for the likes of me. All right, don't go reaching for your pitchfork. Maybe I'll go downtown and listen. Jeez, guess I hit a sore spot. I'll head into the city and see if I can't find out what the deal is with this bike fella. Oh, will butter my biscuits. I think that's the man himself. Johann Sebastian Bach. Doesn't look like a fella I'd drink a beer with.
What are you talking about, cowboy? Bach is the coolest.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to myself. You gotta admit, though, Phil looks like his dog left him a present on the couch.
What are you talking about? Bach is the man.
Yeah, a real man.
Oh, yeah! I would fuck him!
We just got out of the Bach concert. They played all the hits.
What the heck?
Jumping Jehoshaphat, what the hell was that?
Der Barasser.
Der Bachhasser.
Der Barasser!
Bob Hasser?
It means the Bach hater.
There is no such thing as a Bach hater. Everyone loved Bach.
I would fuck him!
Yeah, I picked up on that the first time. Is there someone out there who might have a bone to pick with Bach?
Dude, Bach is dead.
Wow! Bach is life, bro!
Why would anyone alive have a problem with the greatest musician of all time?
Maybe they ain't alive.
Whoa, that is deep.
Maybe this is one of our kind in need of help. I'll track them down. I'll ask the kids some questions. Has anyone ever seen the Screamer?
There is a legend that a ghost haunts the streets of Leipzig.
I heard it was a giant rat.
Wearing a hat. It was definitely wearing a hat.
Ooh, where's that hat?
I do.
I'm just gonna fade into the darkness here. So when does this scream happen?
When Bach's spirit is pleased.
Then Der Bachhasser is one of our music god's most famous pieces.
A total loser.
A rude person!
Hey, labeling is a pretty rude thing to do, you know. Maybe someone had a legitimate beef with Bach. I'm sure it wasn't all good.
Shh, he didn't mean it.
Why would anyone hate Bach?
Maybe they don't like Lutherans.
It's because they hate music and our freedom!
They don't like Bach because they hate your freedom.
I think it must be another composer.
Richard Wagner was here.
Oh, the poser!
The Nazi.
The Nazi poser!
Being a Nazi poser is the worst.
I agree.
I think I've got some idea of what might be going on here. Potentially.
Yeah? Are you going to hunt down their Bachhasser, cowboy?
I was thinking about it. Sounds like a soul in trouble if I ever heard one. Based on what you told me, I think I can piece together the real story. Not everything these kids said makes sense. I better get this right or we'll be here all night. It's something wearing a hat. Who screams at Bach's popular music and resents Bach.
So, what you're saying is,
The screamer is wearing a hat.
who is irritated by Bach's greatest hits?
Because they resent a classical music god!
That sounds most logical. You must find their Bachhasser.
And capture them.
Yeah, like the rat they are!
We already agreed it is not a rat.
Hold your horses there. I don't have to do a damn thing. I hope I can help this creature, but not because I should. I just want to.
Empathy. It's so hot.
Yeah, super hot. Like, bath hot. I ain't ready to go on the hunt just yet. I've got some resting to do. I'm sure this ghost of Leipzig can wait.
He usually disappears when the festival ends. I hope you catch him, cowboy.
Yo, wanna get fucked up and listen to the Goldberg variations? Oh, fuck yeah!
We hope you find your buff as a cowboy. Back on.
So, you back on too. Darnation, this city really goes all out for back. Let's meet someone out there real sore. Well, I can't help anyone without rest. I can wait a little longer. I'll best get home to my coffin. I'll see you next time, Leipzig.
Good evening, Samuel. Have you been enjoying your adventures in Leipzig?
Yeah, I suppose so. Folks seem to be in good spirits. They really like this Bach fella.
You don't like Bach?
Nah, I guess it ain't my style. Kind of showy, ain't it, with all them notes and all?
Perhaps you needed to be about the zeitgeist. It is hard to express what Bach mania was like in the 1730s. The screaming of teenage girls was unbearable. They would faint when they even caught a glimpse of the man. I favor his later works, however, even if they were more experimental. Perhaps you just need to get it live.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you are seeing our revolutionary Frenchmen tonight, yes?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them alone. Reza seemed pretty quick to offend. This might be a more peaceful session.
I certainly hope so. From the last session, what cognitive distortion of Bobo's do you think gets in the way of his relationship?
He's being always right, ain't he? Seems like a smart fellow who's lived through a lot, but he doesn't know everything.
Excellent, Samuel. I knew you would recognize this pattern. What other distortions would you like to have in mind tonight?
Well, let's go with these.
Very well, my friend. Let us see what Momo has to reveal tonight.
Bonsoir, mon ami américain. Bonsoir. Good seeing you again, Momo. How are you tonight? What a question. How am I? I am dead. I am much the same as I was last night, and I expect I shall be the same tomorrow. Just exchanging pleasantries. We do not have to do this. It makes us free men, does it not? Let us not be bound by mortal society's expectations. Well, I like pleasantries. Oh, come now. You are simply bound by an outdated social contract that dictates how we must treat each other. It is a form of oppression I know well. It is my field of study, after all. Compadre, only I get to decide how I feel about pleasantries, and I reckon this idea about oppression is your own. What's wrong with being polite anyway? We're all living on this planet together. And how does it improve our relationship if we waste several minutes talking about the weather, or what sort of television we're watching? We can talk about anything at all, and we choose to say, howdy, nice weather we are having. We are intelligent, introspective beings. Let us not talk of things. Let us talk of ideas. Let us speak with purpose. If that's what'll work best for you, amigo, sure. Let's talk plain. What's going on with you and Reza, really? It seems his feelings are pretty hurt. Yes, well, it is a relief to meet alone. He's so emotional. It's charming in its own way, but it is also exhausting. I remember what it was like to believe that I could construct a new world order. It is a sweet-hearted fool, much as I was. One cannot make others listen to reason. They must find it on their own. Hombre, I think you're right on the money. Folks do have to find their way, but it ain't foolish to have hope. the reason Reza gets so upset is because you're labeling him. Maybe you're comfortable with labeling yourself, but you don't get to decide how he feels about it.
I'm trying to teach him what we already know as older men. There is no reason for him to throw himself at his enemies over and over again.
I get that, but didn't you just say that folks have to find their own way? Is calling them fools the right way to do that?
I hope he develops some thicker skin. But I suppose I can lighten my words a little. I like that he is a freedom fighter, you know. In France, we value freedom more highly than anything else.
Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe we should have called French fries freedom fries, huh?
Sam, they did not come from France.
Mon ami, your politicians did exactly this thing. I found it quite a compliment. Of course, I cannot eat a potato, but I appreciated the sentiment. I love that Reza wants freedom, but he does not understand yet that his war is unwinnable. I'm simply trying to help him avoid frustration.
Why are you saying his war is unwinnable?
Because he is naive. He's a communist, you know, the sweet boy. He truly believes in the collective because he does not understand that there will never be a collective. I made the same mistake in life myself. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. But fraternité, c'est impossible.
Excuse me, what?
Privileged first and second estates shall never have common cause with the lower classes, and they can never be eliminated either.
Always and never are terms we like to avoid in therapy for good reason.
The privileged first.
Padre, I ain't sure I understand all this estate stuff you're talking about, but what I do understand is a heck of a lot of extremes. Impossible and never are pretty extreme descriptions. I've seen a hell of a lot of shit while walking in nature I used to think could never happen.
You believe I am using the polar thinking cognitive distortion, yes?
Oh, well, I'd like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Cute. Very well, Nosferatu thinking. We know that Nosferatu thinking does not apply when there is a true binary, though, yes? I will amend my statement. In our current form, humanity cannot merge its clergy, landowners, and commoners. Brotherhood, fraternity, it is pure comedy. The comedy, of course, is that Louis says, Reza, and even I all believe the same fiction right to the grave. We cannot eliminate the classes. No one created the ancien regime that separated lords and peasants. It was inevitable.
Maybe you'd better explain this funny French stuff to me. Let me ask you some questions. Hold on. You keep mentioning these estates like I have any earthly clue where they are. You gotta slow down there, hombre.
It's simple. The estate was the official hierarchy of French society before the Revolution, the time of peasants and kings. The first estate was the clergy, the second estate, the aristocracy, the church, and the king and lords. Both of these estates paid no taxes and owned much of the country. They were both rulers and owners. The third estate was literally everyone else. The ruled class, the tax-paying class. When the king pulled the estates together, the third estate had but a single vote to represent the people.
Well, wait a minute, that's bullpucking. That's 2 against 1 by default.
Yeah!
Bravo, the cowboy understands the brutal, inevitable reality of class systems.
Hey, come on, I come from a society where we don't have these estate things.
Oh, mon cher enfant de ténèbres, you have so much to learn still.
Hey, we still have our own revolution. We revolutioned against the British.
There's a lot I don't know. I ain't ashamed of that. In fact, I think I got some more questions for you. You mentioned this ancien regime thing. What's that mean in English?
It means the old regime, the old order, feudalism essentially. Society was run by the king in the capital, the church in Rome, and the local lord. We lived in small communities, blissfully ignorant of the concept of liberty. Our lords provided stability, and the church provided comfort. It worked pretty well for 600 years until the church and the lords decided we peasants were too smelly to be around.
We peasants? Do you consider yourself a peasant?
Clever boy. No, I am clearly bourgeois, but we must have common goals, cowboy. We, the peasants, and the bourgeoisie are, as they say in your country, the 99%, right?
I ain't so sure vampires fit into the 99% or the 1% as dead men, but let's not spend too much time on definitions. What's your beef with King Louis?
Our last king, sweet Louis XVI. When I was alive, I believed him to be the symbol of everything I hated as part of the tax-paying class. In retrospect, he had too tender an heart to be king. I believe he actually wanted his subjects to be happy. But we would never be happy again, not without his head. That at least he gave us.
What's with you people and chopping off heads?
You did that. Not very politically correct of you, mon ami.
I didn't mean anything by it. Just seems funny to me.
Symbolism. You have symbolism in your country, yes? We had 3 estates, and much like the Hydra, it had too many heads. If we did not cut them off, tyranny would never die.
Well, is that exact opposite? Because if you cut off Hydra's head, 2 more grow in their place.
Well, you could have written some poetry instead, maybe. But anyway. I think I can follow what you're saying now. So you're saying that Rez is naive because he thinks the classes can see each other as equals.
Exactement. This is what he is too young to understand. He believes his revolution can succeed, and he hates when I try to explain to him that it never will. In 1792, we founded the first French Republic, created in liberty for the good of all our people for all time. It lasted 7 years before we had an emperor.
Yep, Napoleon! Darn you, Napoleon!
France is in its 5th republic now. How long will this one last? Not forever. It is, of course, doomed.
I gotta cut in there, Bronco. You're speaking with a heck of a lot of certainty here that the Republic is doomed.
You can't be serious. Are you suggesting that 3,000 years from now, France will still be in its glorious 5th republic? Perhaps we will start a Russian colony that will be the center of trade in the solar system. And of course, we will speak space French.
You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just pointing out that you can't tell the future. And doom ain't necessarily the end of every republic. Couldn't the Republic change to adjust to a new reality, maybe? Or heck, maybe there is an itty-bitty chance the Republic actually will be kicking around on Mars.
Very well, it is a wager. If the 5th French Republic is still here in the year 5024, I will give you my finest bottle of blood. But poor Reza, he still believes, in spite of thousands of years of history screaming the truth at him. He is angry at me for pointing out the truth to him. But why should he be angry with me? I did nothing but show him reality.
Maybe I gotta show you a little reality too then, hombre. How would you feel if someone pointed out to you that your passion was pointless?
I would think so. I do not wish to live my own life in ignorance.
Shucks, well how about a little mercy for those of us who ain't so enlightened? Would you have listened to yourself when you were raring to cut off the king's head?
Yeah, did it really work? No, it really didn't. Because you guys are still suffering afterwards.
No, I would not. I was a child, though.
We're still children, compadre. We're only 200-some years old. I reckon our 2,000-year-old selves might not think so kindly of our 200-year-old selves.
I can see the wisdom in this. Superior wisdom will never be a better teacher than time and experience. But Reza is most irritating. He is angry that I do not share his passion. He seems to believe that I should still be chanting on the streets, bayonet in hand. What are you doing for the cause? You just sit there doing nothing. Of course I had to banish him to the other side of the castle, just for a little peace. Any good dear Reza can achieve is trifling at best. Let him have his silly, pointless little revolution. I already had mine. It is a shame, really. You know, when we first met, he idolized me.
How so?
The revolutionaries of his time looked up to the French. The bourgeoisie of Iran studied Rousseau, Montesquieu, and Voltaire, and were awakened.
Yeah, it's like you guys looked up to ours because we had our earliest before you guys had yours.
And dear Reza, he studied me. I was something of an intellectual celebrity to him. You see, I am no Rousseau. Through the simplification of language and the power of the printed word, I united the bourgeoisie and the peasantry. There could be no revolution without both.
So, catchphrases? Tippecanoe and Tyler too? Or what was Andrew Jackson's catchphrase? Oh yeah, engines go home.
That is the stupidest thing I've heard in at least 80 years. Did Andrew Jackson actually say that?
I think it was more something his supporters said. Caught on though.
Just because I wrote to the common people doesn't mean I wrote trash. I wrote truth, and I wrote it well. Everyone was waiting to see what I wrote next in the revolutionary newspaper, Le Père Duchesne. In many ways, I was the people's voice. I cater to the intellectual, but I do not mean it in an exclusive sense. You see, when I called for equality, I meant it. There are men and women of every class whose minds are ready to be opened. It was to them that I wrote. It was the sleeping intellectual who needed to hear from me. The commoner had been lulled into a centuries-long slumber by the church, but my reason, presented plainly, would be their awakening.
Now, hold on there, fella. I think you're overgeneralizing about commoners like me. It ain't fair to suggest we're all sleeping. We don't choose to be poor and exploited. That's just the luck of the draw. Pardon me for saying so, but you're making it sound like you've got all the answers, and we're simpletons just waiting to hear them.
Yeah, it's not. We don't choose to be this way. We just are.
I am bourgeois. I do not see things as the commoner sees them, much as I would like to believe I am empathetic enough to do so. But it does not matter. At least I recognize that commoners and the bourgeoisie needed common cause. You are truly a most vexatious vampire.
You ain't the first vampire to call me that.
Yes, I know. My friend Edmund King was the one who told me about you. I'm not sure what you did to that man, but you certainly had an effect.
We just showed him a little reality, that's all. But it sounds like we're both in the same business, huh?
Well, in the same business. I recognize the relative futility of that work now.
But isn't he British? You're French. But I guess that makes sense. You guys wore the same outfits.
Still, I came to you because I also value reality. That was one of the other things about me that used to earn Reza's affection.
How do you mean?
I am a man of reason. I believe in no gods. There is only one God, and that is the God that resides within us, the capacity to reason. God is the little grey cells within our skulls. And I revere the human mind. In my time, I was part of a cult. The cult of reason, we called it. Alas, reason seems to be dead these days. The only place where I can find like-minded people is on Reddit.
That was like Reddit?
Reddit?
It's a forum website. There is one in particular dedicated to atheism that has similarly enlightened people. They remind me so much of my compatriots in our great revolution. We knew the value of the first estate, the clergy. No value at all. Why worship God? We should worship ourselves.
Hold on a sec there. Maybe reason was a fine enough God for you, but some of us are looking for something greater than ourselves. That ain't a bad thing. Having a faith doesn't mean we're radicals. Sometimes it just means we're looking for some order and purpose in a crazy world.
Don't tell me you're an Abrahamist.
I ain't never said I was. My faith is my business, personal to me alone. But we ain't ever gonna find common cause in your judging me.
I will not deny that you seem somewhat rational, perhaps not in your dress, but your thought. But still, why should it be dangerous to find faith in myself? It was for this truth that I had my head cut off by my own compatriots. They thought this faith too radical. Reza watched radical Islamists take over his revolutionary movement. They killed him for being a homosexual or for being a communist. It does not matter which.
But I think it matters some.
Not really. They feared Reza simply for being himself. It is no surprise that he was fascinated by the cult of reason and the church of the self. He believes, as I did, that religion must be crushed in order for the people to gain their liberty.
But you've softened your opinion a little, it sounds like.
No, not at all. But religion, much like class, is resistant to extermination. All religion is extremism. No, not at all.
That's giving up, partner. Power corrupts, ain't no secret about that. But whether it's the feds or the church or a company, there's always going to be corrupt elements. But if we sit back and say, that's the way things are going to be, well, we're surely going to be proven right. That kind of Nosferatu thinking is a good way of giving up control. That's a way to make sure the bad guys are the ones running the show.
Yes, of course. I do not disqualify the positive of what I did. We did temper extreme elements in both the first and second estates. Religion, like the state, simply needed a correction. The French Revolution was a correction, but power will always need correction, and it is the oppressed who must do the correcting. There is no equality in that. I admit it. There is an element to what Reza says about me that is true. I am a sellout in a way. But the truth is that I am exhausted. When I was alive, oh, how I burned for liberty, just as Reza burns. And he is so fucking hot when he burns. He really does remind me of myself.
He is so hot when he burns, he's literally hot. What are you talking about?
Reason must come before passion, lest we become the monsters we seek to depose.
And I thought fire kills you guys
My
too,
reason
because
says
they're in
to
your
me,
body up.
No, let your exhaustion be a lesson. Power will also burn itself. There is no need to fight. Perhaps I have been forcing my personal truth upon Reza, but I only aim to protect him. The poor boy burns himself in the flames of his passion. I did the same. I know what is best for him because I did the same thing myself. If only he would understand this.
Padre, I got no doubt that you've had your own hard realizations about what you need to find peace. And I got no doubt them realizations are right for you. But you're a man of reason, so I'll lay it to you straight. Maybe what's right for you ain't right for Reza. Maybe it ain't right for him now. Maybe it won't ever be right for him. He's a lot younger than you and me. He ain't found his peace yet. It took me 90 years of walking in the woods to find mine. Maybe he won't need to do that, but he's going to find his peace in his own way, in his own time.
Damn it. Yes, well reasoned. And again, most vexatious.
I've got that tendency.
He's just so damned odd. Ironic, isn't it? The thing that I find most frustrating about him is what makes me want to ravish him. Well, what do you say should do then? My wisdom was what brought him to my castle doors. If my wisdom is pointless,
I ain't here to tell you what to do. If I've helped you reflect on some stuff, that's my job done, and I can't do more than that.
cleverly played again, cowboy. Very well. I suppose all I can do for now is wait and see if his blood cools a little after you talk to him. But don't call him too much. I like them spicy.
I'll talk to him the same way I've been talking to you, friend. Well, I think that's our time. Next time I'll see you two together, all right?
Of course, I shall be patient. We have all the time in the world after all. Well, I thank you for the frank and well-reasoned discussion. A bientôt. Or since we are dead men in Germany, a bientôt. Huh? Oh, merde. Tot means dead in German. Please try to learn a language. Au revoir, cowboy.
I do so enjoy watching you work, my friend. Even the most intellectual sorts are no match for your honesty.
Well, I ain't gonna play them at their own game, that's for sure. Maybe I'll go back to school and pick up a few PhDs eventually, but I ain't in no rush.
If you need a recommendation for any school, simply ask. I have connections at many of them. I assume I can trust you to not try dating the college mortals. They are scarcely out of high school.
Ain't my way, Chief. All the young mortals can talk about is their favorite music. Their favorite music sucks more than we do.
You are not wrong about that, my dear.
Hey!
The algorithm has taken to songwriting as well these days. Are you spending a night on the town tonight? The Bach Festival is in full swing.
Yeah, that's my plan. I'm still looking for whoever's got this beef with Bach. Seems like they're in a pretty bad way.
They aren't your responsibility, Samuel, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you know me, I love me some complicated folk.
That you do. Very well, Samuel. I wish you happy hunting. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Andy.
I gotta be a mean vampire.
I'm not sure Lobo needs a therapist if he already knows everything. Well, at least I can listen to some nice music. That Bach Festival's probably rollicking like a Saturday night saloon. Hey there, Joanne. Does it look like you're in a good mood tonight? Mad about that Bach Hasser, huh? You must have pissed them off something fierce to keep them mad for 400 years.
Are you talking to yourself?
Old habit. Spent a lot of time alone.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Was just having a chat with the big man here.
I do not think you would understand English. Would you like me to translate for you?
Oh, that's all right. Just idle musings. It's right friendly of you, though.
If an American in a cowboy hat is taking an interest in Bach, I must encourage him. I'm Sebastiana.
Well, howdy, Sebastiana. I'm Sam. You a big Bach fan?
You could say that. I'm a musicology student at the University of Leipzig. I'm writing my thesis on how Johann Sebastian Bach was the original punk rock musician. Punk is all about being a rebel, defying authority and kicking ass. That was certainly Bach.
Didn't he do a bunch of organ music? You know,
The Sex Pistols just played guitar music. Joan Jett just rocked the house every night.
I don't know who them folks are, and I reckon I don't want to know what kind of bullets a Sex Pistol shoots.
Have you been sleeping for 50 years or something?
Something like that.
Bach said fuck you to contemporary church music. There's nothing more punk rock than that.
How's a guy who did a bunch of church music a rebel?
I'm so happy you asked. I love talking about this stuff. In 1770, at age of 22, Bach was already the Concertmeister of Duke Johann Ernst III of Weimar. He should have been Kapellmeister, but the Duke gave the position to his friend Johann Drese's son. Bach was furious that he, as a superior composer, had been overlooked, and accepted a job from the Duke's rival, Prince Leopold. When Duke Ernst found out, he threatened to throw Bach in jail, and Bach said, "Fuck you, motherfucker, do it!" Bach stayed in prison for a month before he was released. Now, we all know about him, but what do we know about Duke Johann Ernst?
We messed with the wrong guy.
That's right, he messed with the wrong guy.
Bach kicked ass? How's that?
Bach wrote virtuoso music, music that is meant to be performed by the best of the best musicians. And he demanded perfect performances.
Too bad there ain't no kind of way to tune recordings, huh?
There is, Alter. It is called autotune.
Well, that sounds mighty fine. Maybe that auto-tune might make me a better singer.
You should not say these things in his presence.
Sounds like Bach was a pretty tough customer.
He just took no bullshit. That's what punk rock is all about. His children were very lucky to have him as a teacher. But I have been talking so much about Meister Bach. I get excited if anyone will listen.
Well, listening's kind of my job.
I'm just happy to talk about my thesis. Not everyone loves Bach somehow.
Actually, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for this Bachhasser person.
The Bach hater? I know about them. Look at the posters behind you. They struck again last night.
Johann Sebastian bitch. That's pretty funny.
No, it is not funny at all.
Well, I hear Germans have a different sense of humor.
It's not funny. It's stupid.
Alright, well, what's the other stuff say?
Bach is saying I have a shit son. And the big words say, bad father.
You said his kids were lucky to have him as a teacher, though, didn't you?
Of course they were. He wrote the well-tempered clavier not only as brilliant music, but to teach his children. See, I have this piece of sheet music I've been studying with me. It is Johann Sebastian Bach having a musical competition with his son, Wilhelm.
Oh yeah? Who won?
Are you serious? Johann destroyed his son.
Dang, he was a tough fella. Maybe he did some damage to his kids.
That's ridiculous. He was a wonderful father. He got Wilhelm a highly competitive job at Sophienkirche in Dresden when he did not even apply for it. I would not call that ein schlechter Vater.
He sounds kind of overbearing. Maybe one of his kids could be this Bachhasser.
Even if that were the case, they would all be dead now.
That doesn't stop some folk.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I'm just making a joke.
And you say Germans have a bad sense of humor.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am. I'm just trying to track down this Bachhasser person.
I'm sorry, I live for Bach. I get a little defensive of a dead man.
Well, sometimes dead men deserve a little compassion, too.
Well, I apologize. It was not very punk rock of me. I must go listen to a performance, but I hope you have an excellent Bachfest.
Thanks, Sebastiano. Fine meeting you. I bet my last dollar that this Bachhasser is one of them Bach kids. Now I just gotta find him. Some other night, maybe. I think my coffin's calling me. Been a long night already. Well, Bach, sir, I hope you're feeling a little less grumpy next time. Adios, muchacho.
Good evening, Samuel. It is a beautiful night, is it not? What need have we for the sun when the moon is so lovely?
Okay, we're gonna end it here. I thought this would be a one-part thing. I can just do one in each part, but nope, I guess I had to do different parts. So, we'll see what happens next with this little, fun, couples therapy thing. And us going through a bunch of old punk rock for Germany's. So we'll see what happens. See, I'm not really that too much on German, but Bach does sound familiar, so does Wilhelm. But we'll see what happens. So see you guys later, and like, favorite, and subscribe, and bye-bye.